What is up there, everyone? It's the guy from the Gamertech here, and I have another commentary for you. Now, these are some topics I'm about to go over in future videos as well that I've really been wanting to get onto. Of course, I have my exams coming up, so I am going to have a much more sparse upload schedule, but I've got a bit of time now, so I'm going to make a few commentaries. The first one is, it's kind of about things that are kind of starting to really bug me with way first-person shooters are starting to go. Now, in this episode, I am going to talk about how you should unlock attachments for your guns. I mean, seriously, what is with this all dressing up how to get it? I mean, you've got weapon ranks, you've got battle packs, you've got squad points. This stuff is all rubbish. It was never, ever going to be as fun as getting kills and headshots to unlock weapon attachments and camos. It is the simple fact that was when it was the most fun and rewarding time to actually get a progression on your weapons. I've just been playing some Battlefield 3. Unfortunately, there's no gameplay from it because I don't have a high-definition capture card, which is what I would like to use, but I do not have one, so I'll just have some PS4 gameplay, either Battlefield, Killzone, or Call of Duty in the background. And it's a simple case of, with Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts, Modern Warfare 3 as well, and Black Ops 2, they've gone for this idea that they're making it easier for people to rank up their guns. Now, yes, I understand why making the game easier for new players to get used to it does make a difference, because then you get a better standard of player, in theory. But realistically, all this does is means that for other players, it just becomes piss easy to rank up all your guns and get all the attachments, and then actually just own the players who aren't as good anyway. It should be, in my view, that you basically just get kills to get unlocks. I mean, I've just been using a Battlefield 3 weapon, the FAMAS. That thing when you have no attachments on it is horrible. High recoil, horrible iron sights, and the only redeeming feature is its high fire rate, which just adds to some of the problems when you have no attachments. All I was running, started running ACOG heavy barrel, and that was all I had with it. And it was horrible because the sights would bounce up, and I'd already reduced the hipfire accuracy, which was one of the redeeming features of the weapon, but I needed good ADS combat fire accuracy because I just needed to be able to get some kills with this thing. You get a foregrip, I didn't notice any difference because I was still using a 4x zoom. But then a few kills down the line, I get a red dot sight, and oh my god, it absolutely changed the gun like mad. It was unbelievably not unbelievably accurate, but compared to what I had been using it originally, it was like a laser. It was unbelievable how much it made a difference. And what's more, I got the reward from getting kills with the weapon, for having enough perseverance and, in some elements, skill with the weapon. I was then rewarded, and now the weapon was much more easy to use and was more viable as a weapon to use, which just kind of adds to the incentive that kill rewards give people. People think it's like with weapon ranks were okay because you got a attachment per weapon rank, but it still didn't feel right. I mean, you got that for just getting any XP with the weapon. So you could essentially get your weapon fully ranked up by not getting kill in theory, because you could just get assists, and that would add up to your weapon XP, and then eventually you'd get to max rank, which means that you could actually essentially get all the attachments for a weapon with no actual skill element required. But it just adds to the incentive of getting good with weapons and using skill to use the weapons and get, because kill attachments, you have to get kills, so you have to adapt to the weapon. And it just, in my view, it makes the game more fun because you've got more things to do while you're playing the game. Yeah, prestiging and all that's quite a lot of fun, but there's nowhere. Once you're done with that and you either decide you're not going to do that anymore, or you've completed it already, you got to have something else to do. I mean, in Ghosts, I'll be amazed if I can get to 10th prestige before the game runs out. I imagine I will probably get to like 8th prestige, and then the Sledgehammer game will come out. Depending, I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm not saying anything about that. I know nothing, so I'm not passing judgments on it. But I already know that if I ever get to 10th prestige, the main problem is I won't have any real incentive to play the game, because you can just unlock the weapons with squad points, unlock all the attachments with squad points. There's no real skill element in it because you can just unlock everything at the same time. Now, they have had their separate reasons for doing that, but it's a case of it just doesn't add to the skill used to get a weapon. I mean, if people had, like, say they changed it so the AK-12 had a lot of recoil, but once you got a foregrip it's as accurate as it is now with no attachments, and you had to get kills to get the attachments, people would use it so they could then get the attachments. If you understand what I'm saying, it's basically adds more of incentive. If a gun is bad and you can rank it up so it gets good by having good attachments on it, then it just gives people more of an incentive to play the game. It's like, yeah, I really want to be able to use that gun and use well. I want to be slightly different. I don't want to be all the people using like the M16 or all that. You just want to, it gives people more incentive to play the game. And what's more, headshot camos, it just made so much of a difference. I mean, Black Ops 2 kind of had a good idea with having headshots to a certain extent and then special challenges from another extent. But it's a case of the headshots, 100 headshots, and the fact that they carried over each time meant that it was pretty easy to accumulate them. Whereas in like Modern Warfare 2, to get all the camos you needed 1,000 or something headshots, which is unbelievable amounts. I mean, you'd have to use a weapon for hours upon hours. You'd probably have to almost have a day's playtime with a weapon to get that many headshots, unless you are extremely accurate or extremely lucky. And I found that gave me, it felt really rewarding when you did get the camos, because like, oh cool, I finally got this many headshots, it's going well. And that's all I really want to say in this commentary. Kill unlocks, in my view, make a massive difference to how the game is played and how much it is played. It increases the player base, in my personal opinion, because you see more people playing older games like Modern Warfare 2. They used to play Call of Duty 4, but for some reason on PS3 it comes up with as a fatal error, which kind of sucks. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment and like if you have enjoyed it. This is the Go No Gamer Tech, and I'll see you in another video.